Hello, my name is Luke Sinclair. I study at Bridgewater College doing Level 3 Sports and Exercise Science. This is Applied Phys Assignment 4. I am interviewing Carrie-Anne Williams. Hello, Carrie-Anne.
Hello.
And I'm going to be analysing her psychological skills and then organising a training plan so she'll be able to improve. The overall aims of my programme is that I want to identify your key strengths, pick out your weaknesses and improve them weaknesses. You alright?
Yeah.
So, let's go. So what sport do you play as a step one?
I play Sunday League Rugby for Hornets at Weston-super-Mare.
And your position?
Scrum half.
So, for your psychological, what do you recommend your top 5 would be?
Determination.
Yeah?
Motivation.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Pressure.
What about sort of things like acceptance and euphoria?
Yeah, definitely that.
And if you was, what would you name your top 5 fitness for this sport would be? What would you put?
You need to be good at running, so more like cardio, muscular, power and strength, and I'm not too sure on what else I would need really.
Yeah. So under the cardiovascular, your VO2 max would be very important as well. Do you reckon?
Yeah, actually.
So
yeah.
the amount you can take in when you're running. So skills of rugby, what would you recommend would be your top skills and what you would need in your position?
In my position, my top skill is passing, being able to read the game, tackling, running, and controlling the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to lastly talk about the attitudinal, so the feelings you have while playing this game.
Oh, right, okay. So
In your position.
In my position, I feel a lot of power because I'm in control of the game, which also leaves me feeling nervous, disappointed in my own play if it doesn't go my way, happy, excited, tired because I have to do a lot, and pressure.
Yeah. So we're now going to take part in doing a profiling wheel. So this is where I'm going to name 20 key qualities within the sport that is needed to be done to play, and then you're going to rate yourself from 0 to 10 on what you think each one's going to be. So firstly, the first step of profiling is we need to identify the qualities of performance. So we're going to encourage no right or wrong answers for yourself. And so a stand and tackle. What would you say a stand tackle is? It's basically a tackle stood still.
So yeah, if I've not had a chance to react, I've just got up from a tackle maybe, someone's coming towards me.
We're going to do a running tackle, so a tackle where you run after the player and then tackle them.
Yeah.
A high catch, so where the ball comes from a height. A normal catch, where the pass is a chest height. A scrum and put in, so where you put the ball into a scrum.
Yeah.
A pick up, so picking the ball up from a scrum, breakdown, or the loose ball.
Yeah, from the back of a ruck.
Yeah. A throw in with your strong hands, so passing, any sort of type of passing.
So, what, like left-handed passing?
Left hand, so yours left-handed, yeah, so your strong hand. And then your weak hand passing, so that'll be your right hand, passing with your opposite hand. Spin pass, so where you pass the ball, you put a spin on it to increase pace and accuracy. Vision, so you can see where gaps are, where players are free. Pace, so how fast you can run. Evading, so how good you are at getting around players. Hand off players trying to tackle you. Standing punt, so that's where you punt for a kick for a penalty or just kick for a touch. A grubber kick, where you're kicking along the ground and bounces through the defence. Box kick, hitting from the back of a ruck, so high ball.
I do those, yeah.
Rucking, contesting over a player on the ground with the ball. Mauling, contesting around a player being held up in a tackle. Drop kick, kicking the ball from a bounce. And a tap tackle, clicking a player's ankle to stop them running. You agree with all them definitions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so let's move on to what you rated yourself before. So you rated yourself, I'll tell you what you rate. So we're going to discuss what we'd say 1 is and what 10 is compared to what other people would think. So we're going to use this as an example of county level, because if you compare yourself to a professional, you might be in the 4s, 3s, 2s. But
Okay.
if we do it more realistic, so county level was your next step up to playing better rugby. So we'll do that to how you would rate yourself being able to play for county, and what's 10 would be county, yeah?
Okay.
So you gave yourself some high ratings, so scrum putting, because you're a scrum half. You're picking up, your vision, pace and evasion, that's all very good, high up there. Your weaknesses, you said, were your drop kicks, standing punts and your spin pass, which all need to obviously be improved within your game to be able to reach your county level.
Yeah.
So, we'll quickly talk about your strengths and we'll quickly talk about how you can improve them before we move on to the anxiety tests and all that lot. So what I've done for you, I've obviously just identified your strengths and weaknesses. I'm now going to tell you some short-term, medium-term, long-term goals and how you can do this. So, I recommend you use imagery to be able to achieve a spin pass and kick in, because this means if we use this type of imagery, you can see yourself doing the skill over and over again, and it's from a third person, so you can see all the actions of which you are doing to be able to improve your own skills.
Okay.
So your short-term goal, it would be being able to spin the pass at a short distance. That's what I would give you. Your medium-term goal would be being able to pass at a longer distance with a spin pass. And then your long-term goal would be being able to interpret the spin pass into a game to be able to create some options.
Okay.
Do you have any questions or issues on that one?
No, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right then.
I'm still not 100% sure on what imagery is.
Alright, so I'll tell you what imagery is. Imagery is basically where you would find yourself quiet area, so maybe in the changing rooms when everyone's left, or before you come out, and basically, or on the training pitch on your own, and you would close your eyes and image yourself doing that sport, so like imagining it.
Okay.
So you would image yourself, you spinning a ball, but because you can't do it, you'll be able to image yourself doing it, and then you'll be able to watch your own self doing it, so it gives you a bit more confidence, increases skill as well, because if it's like you can't use it in a game, if you use imagery, you using it in a game, it will.
So that's sort of like 60% mental, 40% skill.
Yeah,
That's
so
when that sort of comes into play then.
Yeah, so you're seeing yourself do it before you actually do it, and then
yeah.
Right, let's move on. So we're going to now move on to your test you did on the anxiety. I have tied up your scores, and on the CSAI2, this one was a competitive state anxiety. So this is what you do before you get into competitions and stuff. And you scored let's find a bit of paper. You scored 22 in self-confidence. This is just on the middle line. The rest of your scores, cognitive state and the somatic state, is all below the medium term. So I'm happy with that. That means you're not anxiety. You ain't got much anxiety before the game. But your self-confidence, I reckon we can improve and get that lower.
Yeah.
So what I would use on that one is more breathing control. So to decrease arousal is what you are. You're a bit aroused that you're not going to be very self-confident. You would use slow, deep breaths to control your heart rate and just control your whole anxiety in your body.
Okay.
So if you use this before a game, in the changing rooms or just before you go on the pitch, it will bring your self-confidence levels up because you're a lot more relaxed, you haven't got any anxiety, and you'll be able to concentrate better on the game.
Okay, no, I'll give that a try.
Yes. The other test you did was the SCAT test, which is a sports competition and trait scale. This measures your anxiety in the game, before the game, sorry. And you scored 18. This is above the average, above the middle line. So again, I would say you use breathing control, breathing technique, or even you can use imagery in a different way, which means that you picture yourself in a scenario that is very relaxing. So basically, if you're aroused before the game about the competition, about the pressure, you can then imagine yourself on the training ground, on your own, just training the drills where there's no pressure. So you would first imagine this area, and then you start introducing all your senses, like sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch, and then if we can get all that, which is quite hard to do at start, you can then start bringing in emotions, and then it makes this imagery real strong, and it brings your arousal real down. And that'll make sure, that'll give you more confidence, more concentration, and you'll be able to perform a lot more better on the pitch.
Okay, I've never heard of that, so that'd be interesting to try.
So a good example of that is Happy Gilmore, when he thinks of his happy place.
Oh yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
that is what basically the imagery is. That's the, but obviously when you do it yourself, it'll be related to your own relaxing place, and you'd use your own senses.
Oh, it actually sounds quite clever. I'm going to give that a go.
And the last test you did was a sports anxiety scale, and this is an SES test, and this measures your anxiety when you can compete again. So this is the third test we normally give to people, and this is the highest score that you reach in any of the tests, and that is 23 out of 30. This means you're very anxious. So by doing that, saying that, using them two techniques I explained to you, the breathing control and the imagery, but there's one more actually I can talk to you about, is music. Music can increase and decrease arousal, so maybe listening to songs that decrease arousal, like whatever song you feel, because obviously some people like different tastes in music, that can decrease arousal. But if you want to be more hyped for the game, you get a better song, like a party song with a lot of beat, and that will get you more aroused for a game. So you'll probably ask me, how will I notice these? How will I notice these progress in technique? So how will I know it's working? Well, if you follow these goals, you'll be able to notice the 3 stages I gave you. So if you can spin a pass, that means you can see progress throughout the weeks. And by giving you giving yourself certain time, that you'll be able to compare. I don't know. I think what I'm going to say. By giving yourself time, you'll be able to see progress more often. Right. So if you say I give myself a week, that's a bit. So you give yourself 2 weeks if you have a training session twice a week to see how to be able to produce a spin pass. You're starting to notice yourself progress, and this will increase confidence. But if you don't want to give yourself too less of time, because if you don't see progression, that can decrease confidence and make you more agitated because you don't think you're going to be proceeding. And also, how will you measure your physical performance? So how will you know that imagery is reducing anxiety when you're on the ball? Well, this would be because we'll be able to see when you're on the ball. If you're anxious, you might stop when you're running, you might not run at your full potential, you might pass the ball often quite quick. But if we can see you're performing and getting less anxious on the ball, you'll be able to run at players, you'll be able to be more relaxed on the ball, so you won't be all fidgety trying to make a pass. So that's how we will see. Your coach will see this, and also your other players will see this. So they'll be like, "Oh, she's a real good player." So that's how we'll see that.
Okay, so that'd be more other people noticing.
Yeah, that'd be more your coach and other people seeing that. So, and you will also see that as well, because you'll be able to see that you're scoring more tries, you're making more passes, you're making more progression on the pitch. So you can see it yourself as well when you take back and maybe look at your own performance, like watch it on a video.
Yeah.
So that's how you can see it yourself. So, obviously, are you happy with them two? Or
yes.
Do you want to change do you think your behaviour is different on the pitch? So you want to change anything?
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. I thought I was more confident than I am. Obviously, I'm not as confident as I thought I was on a pitch.
Well, if you don't want to change your behaviour, there's a thing called a balance sheet, and this is basically 8 different points that is going to tell you what your gains, losses, and what other people's gains and losses are. So we went through this, didn't we, before the test? And you told me some stuff. So the gains yourself, if you did do the test, would be you'd be more confident on and off the pitch, on and off the ball, and you'll know more what you're doing, so you'll be more aware of the moves you do. But you said the losses to yourself, you might not be able to use imagery to start with, because obviously you didn't know what imagery was till I told you. And also, you might not be able to wind down and be stressed from work, stressed from the pitch, because you might have had a bad game or something. But then you said the gains to others would be that it will rub off on the teammates, because obviously, like we said, they're able to see you being more confident on the ball, they'll give you more opportunities, and it improves team play. And losses to others would be some team members might feel anxious at the start, like maybe it might take that long-term goal, might take a while.
Yeah.
So they might feel a bit, she's rubbish, but then you'll be improving, and that'll be the thing you're doing. And then we talked about approval, which means the feelings. So gains would be what you actually get from it, but approval would be from inside. So you said you'd be able to feel more able on the pitch and carry out your normal position. And you said approval from others would be that they're more happy seeing you, more relaxed and confident on and off the pitch.
Yeah.
And you said your disapproval from self was that you may be feeling you're letting the team down, and maybe feeling that you're not progressing.
Yeah.
Yeah? But the disapproval from others, you said as well, they may get frustrated at the start, like we covered.
Yeah, waiting for me.
So do you reckon by using this balance sheet you have given yourself a lot of thinking to do? Like,
yeah, definitely. There's a lot more for me to think about and go and give a try anyway.
So
Nothing to lose.
we need to just quickly do a timetable of when you're free to be able to do this sort of stuff.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through your week. So Monday from 6 till 9, 9 till 12. So when are you free on a Monday, should we say?
So on a Monday, probably in the morning between